What is up, Soul Fam? It's your boy Kris with Soldier of Life, and welcome back to the channel. Now, can you believe? Can you freaking believe? I can't even believe it. That literally, I don't know if I've been here for that long, but it's almost been that long. But for about 1,000 days, I have been living in Germany. Now, that has not been like one total package altogether. Before, when I was here as a soldier, I was living in Germany for about 2 years or so. Now, the thing about this is that I feel like living in Germany as an American soldier is totally different than living here like when you're not a soldier. Like, everybody's not a soldier, but like when you're a civilian, or if you came here for an American student visa, like all the experiences, in my personal opinion, are probably different. But literally, like living in German soil, like living here, planted, I've probably been here for about 1,000 or so days. That is absolutely crazy to me. It is absolutely crazy, and I've learned so much since living here, like absolutely so much. And I know that I wouldn't have realized any of these things if I've never came here, and that's why I've always been a huge advocate. If not people wanted to come to Germany or live here, but if you want to go anywhere in the world, if you want to try out something new and different, I can only personally give you my personal experiences living here as an American. That's all I can really do. I lived in a couple other places, but I have no other place in the world have I lived here longer. This is kind English. No other place in the world have I lived longer than other than my Heimatland, my motherland. What do you want to call it? Whatever. My original country where I was born. Other place than here, Germany. Oh my God. English? Since learning German, English is so difficult right now to speak. I swear to God. Today in this video, I have a really big announcement, if you would. Not really so big. I thought that I would explain 3 of the hugest things that I've learned since living here that long. I mean, living here for 1,000 days, I mean, I'm not an expert, but like an expert on my personal experiences, you know, because I went through it. So you know, so really, if I was going to another culture, another place and country to live in, some of the things that I would not so much worry about, but the things that I would really be concerned about, especially being a Black American, is the cultural things, the big, I don't know what to call it, you know, and these are probably formulated from my personal opinion and the things that I'm going through and the things that I do in life. So it's gonna be a little different for everybody else, but these are the 3 huge main differences for me. So number 1, I would say, just from the fact of myself being an American, coming here, living in Germany, then being able to experience all the other countries in Europe, just that initial flight coming over here, the initial point of myself living here and then experiencing those other countries made me see the world in a totally different view. Literally, as an American, I was never taught that traveling was important. I never thought that I would leave my country. Like, for what? I didn't see the point. But it wasn't until this first initial step for me living in Germany to find out that, wow, there are literally other people and cultures that have so many things that are different to us, the different what I'm used to, different to my thought process, that experience them firsthand. And actually staying there and living there is something that you can never really get if you were just traveling there. You know, I know a lot of friends of mine that have gone to places like Jamaica and Cuba, and while they look really nice, while you probably go to the very expensive resorts and you stay there, I know my personal time in Puerto Rico, I really didn't get to experience the culture as I wanted to, is that you're gonna see this jaded view of what you think it's gonna be like. If you came to Germany and you just visited, you're probably gonna see all the sights and, you know, the Berlin Tower, wow, the Berlin Wall, and if you go to Paris, you're gonna see Eiffel Tower. But living in those places, you're gonna see that cultures are super different, people are super different, and that the experience of them make you personally more rich on the inside. I know myself, for a lot of the other YouTubers that do the same space that I do, their opinions of the world have changed. Them as people have changed. They have evolved from the people that they were before, and it's such an experience that you can't get unless you move there. So that's one thing that I've learned since living in Germany, that just the time of experiencing those different cultures is something so enriching in itself. You know, like when I lived in Australia and when I lived in Thailand, which I'm definitely going back to both of those places. But my time living there, just experiencing those cultures in a way in which you would never experience them when you just travel there, it almost defines me. It definitely elevated me and it made me such a better person. But those are only things I could have had because of my initial move to Germany. Number 2 is I noticed that Germany takes care of their people. That, for me, that is super, this is sehr richtig. My Deutsch is nicht so good, aber ich werde oben. Am I in focus? Now when I say this, I mean in general. You know, I'm not saying in totality. I know there's gonna be some German people it's like, oh, they don't take care of their people because their taxes are so high and this and that and da 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 da. Now, one thing that I will say is that every country, every single country, I don't care how good you think your country is or everything that is wrong with your country, that's all you see. Every country has their problems. They have their ups and they have their downs. But the one thing that I will say about Germany is they do take care of their people. If you disagree with me, I understand that, because it's definitely important that, especially in this time of the world, is that people have different opinions. Of course, we should go back and forth, and we should be able to have a dialogue about it. But in my personal opinion, this is all from me, in my personal opinion, I think that Germany does an amazing job of taking care of their people. I'm talking about with finances. I'm talking about the culture itself, taking care of each other. I'm talking about the Polizei, taking care of their citizens. I'm talking about all across the board. In general, Germany takes care of their people. And the one thing that I've seen, even in this coronavirus crisis, when it first started breaking out, and I was talking to my mom back and forth in the States, you know, asking her what's going on in America, because I do plan on taking a trip there very soon. But I just wanted to know what the climate was there, how people were acting, and I see the stuff on the news about people don't want to wear masks. To me, that is the dumbest thing ever. It's a total different argument. I don't want to get the people that don't want to wear masks riled up, because in my personal opinion, if you don't want to wear a mask, that's cool, but why does the whole world have to hear about it? If the country or if my president or whoever says that they think, and these people sat around of Caucasian descent said, you know what's the healthiest thing I think for our people is to probably wear a mask, I'm gonna wear a mask. And I'm not gonna complain about it. Yeah, it's in my nose and I can't breathe, but so what? I'd rather not be able to breathe and bleib gesund than get everybody else sick, and then everybody else is getting other people sick, and then the entire country has the coronavirus. Even if you think it's fake, I don't care. I don't wanna take those chances. Point blank, period. Until they figure it out. But I digress. That's something totally different. But for me, I really think that Germany takes care of their people. And I mean, even for myself, I don't know, it's just something totally different. It's something totally different. In America, it's really the culture of mind your own business. And here, it's kind of like we take care of each other. I don't know. It's like you're pretty rude most of the time, but you'll still take care of each other. And number 3, which is probably the most important for me, from being a YouTuber and stuff, is, I don't want to say the online community, but just from the interactions that I've had online, is that people opinions and their, I don't know how to say it. It's like the people are so, I don't want to say better. I don't want to say better because that's not the word to use. But I think people are more culturally sensitive. I think people in general are more sensitive to other people. I think the hugest thing that I would say with this is that in American culture, there are certain things that I don't do, especially on this channel, because I understand a lot of people are from different countries. And I'm not going to do my American thing because I'm not really geared towards Americans. But, you know, sometimes I just want to cause beef with another YouTuber. I don't care. There's a couple of them I want to cause beef with. Just because. But I don't do that because I understand that the culture is different. Now, with the flip side of that, although I do want to cause beef, there are certain times where I see that people are more sensitive in comments, you know, regardless. And a lot of people who put the comments, that it's awesome, because when I get these comments, my mom literally reads like every single comment. She herself has noticed how much different people are in responding in Germany than they are in America. And I'm not saying all people at all. This is not like a total denomination of everything, but you can kind of tell what cultures are different. You know, I can tell you now, for me, Black American culture, you know, respect is a huge thing. You know, every culture has their thing. But one thing that I will say is that there's not so much hate in German culture. Like, oh, that's dumb, you idiot. Like, they don't talk like that in a general scale. You know, like, there's one thing I would say about the German culture is, like, they don't like a lot of things. Things might really aggravate them, but the word hate isn't really used too often. And I will say, from about 2.5 almost years of doing content like this, is that I've never really received like hate messages. I mean, I've received hate messages for being Black. That's normal. But I receive that in every culture, in every country. I don't know. It's something about it that's totally different, where it's just not as harsh as it would be, I believe, in other places. But for the big news, the one thing I want to say is for, you know, regular viewers, is that I know I've tried to do this daily vlog thing, and just thinking back, you know, being here for almost 1,000 something days, the one thing that I said to myself is that if I would have actually planned my 1,000 days and actively worked on my goals, what do I want to do, I would be in such a better place right now. But the one thing is that I didn't, sometimes I plan things, a month goes by and then I do something else. So for me right now, I'm not saying every day a video for 1,000 days, but for now on, with this channel, with the vlog, every day I'm gonna try to come as hard as I can every single day, and we're marking it down, and instead of episodes, we're going day by day by day by day. Today is going to be the very first day, the very first iteration, but we're trying to go for 1,000 days. Every day's a video. Now, it's not going to be like this or a vlog, but it's very important for me, for myself, the things that I want to do right now in Germany. I'm trying to take over. I'm trying to take over Germany. I want your, I don't even want to say it, because I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to sound like an a-hole. I don't want to sound like a typical American. But I want to say American stuff, I'm going to take over Germany. I promise you, and every single day, we're going to work on it, and you're going to see it here on this channel. Every single day. We're starting today. But we're not going to talk about it anymore. And from now on, every 2 weeks, I'm going to travel somewhere in Germany, and the week before I go, I'm going to be on live and ask you guys where I should go. So that's it. 1,000 days, bro. They go by so fast. That's like 3.5 years. 3 years and some change. 1,000 days. Is that 3 years? Yeah, it's 3 years. Almost 3 years. That's almost 3 years. I feel really stupid. I can't count. 365. I think we had a leap year. I don't know. That's all I got for you guys today. It's Kris with Soldier of Life. 1,000 days. What could you do in 1,000 days? It's gonna come whether we like it or not. I know in those 1,000 days, I definitely will be going to the gym. But that's all I got for you guys today. It's Kris with Soldier of Life. I'm gonna see you in the next video tomorrow. You better be there, because if you're not there, you're one of these.